Well, hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. How's everybody doing today? How's life treating my favorite people in the world? What's up, Scotty BC1176? Streets are saying if Kabam streams more than a minute late, they'll double the drops to anyone who's currently waiting, or get a 2-day ban. Nice hat. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Are my earphones ready for that? Well, Christmas is upon us. Slowly but surely. Stop so hype. Nice guy. Rhino is not gonna be a thing. Oh no, we already know. And we know that Rhino is not a thing. Which of these guys should be getting ranked up though? Why so nasty? We don't need to be mean to Kabam. Unnecessarily so, I must say. Oh, I know one champion that I do want to rank up already a little bit. I do know one. I do know a little panther. Okay, we'll leave that for later bit. I want to wait for the compensation of the 7-star crystals and then decide. Well, at least see what I'm opening. But here we go. The stream is still 5 minutes away. So, everybody excited? For bug day. That is true, we should be saving for the new bugs. I kind of agree with that. We should start saving all the crystals again for next 3 months. Stop chatting. 047 653 281. Stop Hashi. Welcome to the stream. Kabam's for the streets, just like I'm for the sheets. Imagine, yeah, Kabam is not going to do that. Kabam is not going to do that. This is not good, but we're doing this anyways. Kabam is offline still. Kaboomers are still offline. Let's see what they do. We get X23 deep dive check. I hope so. We need to open YouTube on this device too, so I can take screenshots. I need that for something else, so I'll write things down in this. I am now capable of taking notes. Extremely capable. There we go. This is going to be used for writing things down. And this is going to get used for the stream. OMG what? I still have a few minutes. When has Kabam ever disappointed or failed you? I trust that Kabam will be online on time as it behooves them. Still have 1 minute and 52 seconds. According to themselves. Okay. Remember stream. I'm always taking notes on the streams. I'm taking screenshots on my phone. Are you hopeful in regards to that? We'll see what it is. What's up, Mike Hill? How are you doing? No longer for the Banquet crystals because I know they'll put 7-star shards and 6 in there. Oh, of course they will. What's up, Daniel Wren? Love from India. Well, thank you very much. We're back. Paper and pen notes. Are you old? I always take paper and pen notes. Nothing beats the smell of a fresh notebook. Don't you agree? Kaboomers. Kaboom. When it's leaking X23 rework, I actually have information on that. It's not verified, alleged. It's only what my little ear hears around the world. X23 rework is coming in December. It'll be her own thing, not tied to the Banquet. Allegedly. Allegedly. Kabam's late. They should be online. What's up, you all? A lot of those drafts when AI was not around. I still like to do it myself. Smell of fresh banknotes and the smell of petrol is something else. That's not bad either. What's up, Ellie? Be my hero. First news I have heard. Well, there you go. Okay, there we go. Kabam is live now. Theater mode. You better be working proper. We're gonna have to put the earphones on. But my hat's still staying. What's on the bingo card? Well, Imperiosa. Punisher buff. Whole bunch of other stuff. You guys are gonna need to tell me about the volume levels when the stream actually starts. Stream is beginning shortly. Whoops. Gonna also need to do this. Whoopsie, I didn't mean to do that. Ah well. Theater mode. This for later. Keep that paused. I'm just setting up. Alright. Look at how quick that chat is. Please never be like that. Don't be that chat. Be this chat. You guys are so much better than that chat that it is ridiculous to even compare. Be a good time to start multi-streaming on Twitch now with the drops. It would be. I agree. I need to test that out. Not an awful idea, I suppose. Alright, so.
Going on, Summoners. We're back here today with
Are
another
the volume levels fine?
Marvel
Or do I need to turn them on?
We're so excited to have you here with us today for a bunch of exciting reveals, including the rest of those Banquet champions. But let's not waste any more time on this intro. It's time to get into it.
How is their stream?
What is going on, Summoners? We are back here today for an official Marvel Contest of Champions live stream here in the studio in Vancouver. I'm your host, Kabam Asaurus Rex, aka Karate Mike. It's your choice at the end of the day which one you want to call me. I'm pretty easy. We got a very exciting show here today. I cannot wait to get into it. We got a lot of exciting reveals.
Nobody's complaining. I take it sound levels are okay, right?
We're gonna have a really, really fun show. Before we get into that, we just gotta lay down some ground rules here. If you got any questions, if you got any comments, if you got any concerns, head on over to that Twitch chat, type in @Kabam, and let us know what you think. As a reminder, we are live on both Twitch and also on YouTube. We got some Twitch drops today. Keep in mind, Twitch drops are only available on Twitch. They are not available on YouTube. So if you want those Twitch drops, make sure you come over to twitch.tv/Kabam, link it up, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. So that one ground rule that we got today, it's pretty simple.
They're giving me shots.
And that's really
And
it.
Twitch drops
It's a pretty
right now.
simple one. You know, I'll be nice to you, you be nice to me. We'll have a really good time. All right, let's start getting into the show today. We got some announcements here. We can get the slide deck up on the screen. So it is the December 5th live stream. So first and foremost, Summoners Fest. If you were there, if you were watching at home, this is a great live stream coming up, but we had 16 hours of live streams happening just about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I'm still recovering from that
good
one.
band for that.
Thank you so much for all of you who tuned in for Summoners Fest, who came up to the studio to hang out with us.
No promo
It was
codes,
an
far as you know.
absolutely wonderful weekend. We'll be talking a little bit more about that in a bit. But also, Founders War Saga is closing up. This is the 3rd month
My
of
live
Founders
stream
War
is a bit
Saga.
behind.
Time is also running out on those side quests. And you know, we've been doing some dev diaries recently. We did that retroactive rewards dev diary, posted about 2 weeks ago with some further Ascension insights as well. It's a pretty long one. It's a pretty important one. So I would say go check that out if you can. It's all about essentially if you dupe any 7 stars or max sig Titan crystals, also you get a bonus, but you're going to get some Ascension
Oh, my music
shards,
is
essentially for
switched
the
off.
future.
Thank you
You're
for
going to get
reminding
these
me.
things later on in the spring. Basically, retroactive rewards are rewards that we promise you for stuff that you do now, but you get it later. Go check it out. Lots of great stuff. On top of that, we had an AI update.
1 sec. Didn't make it.
Posted another dev diary about that, all about where we're at and kind of like a bit of a rough, very light, soft timeline as well. We're hoping to get some of that stuff out in beta in 2026. So that is trucking along AI 2.0. Also, speaking of dev diaries, we had a third one last night. We had a Twitch drop dev diary posted last night. We'll talk about that in a bit as well. There's also more to come. Lots and lots of stuff to come. Talking about Twitch drops here. Get on in there, hook up your stuff, connect it, link up your account. I say it every time, right? You know what to do by now. You're probably linked up. If you're not, make sure you're linked up so you don't miss out on these rewards.
Thank you, Tommy.
Speaking of rewards, we got some giveaways as well. You guys know I love to give you prizes for hanging out, so we got giveaways for 5 Titan crystals, also 5 champions from December. That's going to be either Imperiosa, or we can do Spider-Man Pavita Prabarker as well, since he's technically a December champion.
But no pink locks.
So, giveaway, playcontestforchampions.com/stream giveaway. Make sure you do that. If you're going to be watching it, it takes you about 2 seconds to sign up for this, and then we'll call your name at the end of the stream. All right, now it's time to start getting into the show. So, first and foremost, apologies if my voice is a little raspy today. I'm getting over a little bit of a cold, so we got a lot of beverages here throughout the stream, so don't mind that. But Founders War Saga is going to be wrapping up this month. It's been a pretty fun saga. There's been a lot of beefy content in here, and we got a little bit more as well. So we're not going to read through the entire list here, but there was the new Saga Chase and also the Idol. We had some sales going on. We had some raids. Right now, there's some stuff finishing up over the next few days as well. So we'll talk about what you want to get in there and finish up before it's gone for good. So first, there is that Saga Chase, which you probably know by now, is Stealth Suit Spider-Man, who is an absolutely incredible 7-star, by the way. I have mine at rank 4, stick 200. He absolutely slaps. You want to just open those minion crystals, get those minions, and get that Spider-Man. So speaking of stuff that's ending soon, you got the Regal Ravengers event here. So, Regal Ravengers, that has been a very, very exciting sale here happening in Marvel Contest of Champions over the past few days, past 2 weeks really. I would say, at least in my time as community manager here, this is probably the best received big sale that we've had in a while. And I love to see that. You know, over the past year and a bit, we've taken a lot of your feedback when it comes to these events, when it comes to these sales. And, you know, every time we have an event, every time we have a beat like this, I kind of, you know, gather some feedback. I bring it to the game team. I said, this is what they liked. This is what they didn't like. This is how they're feeling. And one thing we've been wanting to do lately is we've been kind of wanting to take those chase champions and make them just a little bit more affordable to obtain. So that Yondu, that Super Skrull selector, they were sitting at 10,000 units in-game, right? Also, we wanted to front-load the milestones more in the milestone track. We felt like some of the tuning in the past, it wasn't super ideal, right? So we kind of made those adjustments. We said we were going to do that.
Fine. We all know that. It's kind of boring.
It feels like a lot of you guys feel that same way as well. On top of that, Yondu and Super Skrull, over the past few months when they went live, just as 6 stars in the game, they weren't super well received. And as the big champions guy, you guys know I love my champions. I love seeing the turnaround for Yondu and also Super Scroll. Both of those 7 stars. I love seeing the videos on YouTube and Twitter and all over.
As you
wish. Just wrecking content with them. Yondu is just beyond insane. Let's get our slide deck back up. Finn here. There we go. So that's ending soon. It's just actually finishing off in about an hour, actually, the Regal Ravengers. So last chance to get that Yondu or Super Scroll if you're interested. But speaking of content, we got a couple other side quests here ending on December 10th. We got the Alliance War Encounter Showcase. So make sure you get in there and finish that up if you haven't. That one's always fun. We also have the Saga Champion Showcase. Now, if you haven't done this one, I really recommend you jump in there and give this one a shot. This was some of my favorite content from a quest perspective that we put out in just like a few months here, really. There's this new like mechanic in here that we tried out.
Getting in and out of that box.
Where in the middle of the field, there's this giant cube, kind of like the High Evolutionaries box. I forget what it's called, the Evolutionary Field. That's what it's called.
I'm gonna tell you why
like the green
didn't like
the
this.
leader.
It's because you still spend
first
like 2 minutes doing nothing in the fight, and then
stay in it again for another 2 seconds. You get another one, and you have to leave it and go back in, and those vigors make you attack stronger.
Yeah,
also,
if you could actually start doing damage,
over this like regeneration
beginning of the
spot,
fight,
and you get some regen every 20 seconds. So it's a really cool way to like utilize different areas of the field to make your character stronger. If you don't usually try this content, I highly recommend you jump in there and give it a shot because it's really fun. On top of that, Deadpool's mini tour maze. We got this little tiny Rift side quest going on right now. It just started on Wednesday. Got a couple days left for this one as well. Make sure you jump in. There is the solo event for the entry.
There's also
well,
the extra entries that you can purchase. Anybody else notice how Kabam sneakily kind of started selling the side quest extra stuff
and move through it? Also, egg stuff, man. Final egg objective is today. If you don't have
it on Twitch with your account that's logged with your MCOC account,
Venom the Duck,
you
gotta do it. You have to do it. So if just a quick little overview of all the stuff to do to crack your egg. This is ending on December 12th. You have your unusual egg solo objectives. Make sure you do all 3 of those.
I still need to do the friendlies with the
Open your unusual eggs. Go to your inventory in your other stuff section.
We'll try and finish it off on
Make
Tuesday.
sure you use your cosmic yolks. At that point, go to the Realm event. Claim the cosmic egg. At that point, go to the side quests, move through the egg omelet side quest, and then you'll get the Howard the Duck quest. And make sure you do that one with all of the tagged champions.
It's definitely not the worst thing that they have done, but
Stellar Forge Star-Lord piece.
It's just, you know, they're finding new ways how to squeeze in money
which you have to open in the crystal tab, put it on Venom the Duck, and then profit. It's really all you have to do, and Venom the Duck is a lot of fun with that relic. All right, we also have Founders War Incursions. Yeah, this is live until December 30th. It just went live about 2 days ago, and that's really all there is to it. Now, that's everything that's ending soon. Something else ended very recently as well, and that is Summoners Fest. Now, we're going to have a little recap of Summoners Fest.
You need to link your Twitch account with your
let's
MCOC
watch
account.
A recap of Summoners Fest. Finn, hit the video.
With Kabam account.
Welcome, 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 everybody. This is an amazing time. Summoners Fest in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, twice cooked bread. We've got
You need to go here and link your Twitch account with this, and then also watch the stream on Twitch, and then you can get notifications when the drops are done.
The champion tune up from Summoners Fest 2025.
This is gonna be a copyright strike for sure. I'm gonna mute this for now because this is bound to get a copyright strike, and I don't want to get banned like Kabam did. But the finals matches were very, very good, though. The finals matches were very, very good. Credit where credit's due. Nice guy, I'll explain to you as well. Okay.
weekend, and we had such a blast doing that with all of you in office, at home. We wouldn't have it any other way, and I had such a fantastic time hosting that event with one of my best buddies in the entire world, Kabam Dork. In fact, we just had to run it back, and I had to invite that guy over to the stream again. Let's give a hand to Kabam Dork in the house.
Yo, I am back in the house. I miss this room. It's a much smaller room than you'd expect, as opposed to like that massive stage that we had at Summoners Fest.
He's definitely not
as
really
you said,
nice on this.
massive thank you. It was a complete success from like all angles. We had the most viewership. We had the most live viewership. We got people super hyped, super excited. Had juicy Twitch drops. Had lots of tournaments. Had our
Exactly,
battle
because
round
the majority
brawl,
of the people just
had our
put the
Beat
stream
Boss,
on and went to sleep.
dude, we had Beat the Dev here, which was like absolutely insane.
Oh, it's so fun.
It was
I
so
love
much
that.
better than like we'd planned it to be. We're
But
just like,
hey,
hey, let's
no,
set up like a
I
little
mean-
age, come and beat the Dev, and you get a little kabammed. You know, a little.
I mean, this
I
stage
have
actually
a
would have been
feeling
kind
that
of good.
that one
The
would
quality
be
definitely
a little bit more
increased
hype
from the
than we were
previous years.
thinking because I
But
mean, listen, people
all
love
of
to
those
come in. They kind of
20-minute
love to flex
breaks
on us a
just
little bit,
made
right?
it,
Like we had
hard
Nah, right? Kabam Kip
to
in there
watch it
playing
like
as
that.
well, and everyone wants to flex on Nah. They're like, I could play him, I could do that. We had a bunch of other Kabam people as well, and it was just such a fun time.
It was a long line.
Oh yeah,
It was a long line.
But yeah, it was definitely
can we get
quite
that,
hard to watch it
that
nonstop because,
slideshow
like,
up?
all the time.
And so just
20
really want to
minute
kind of
break,
go
20 minute
through
break, 20
all of
minute
this.
break.
We
That's what I
had
mean, like.
our Summoners Fest on November 8th and 9th. It was right here in our HQ in Vancouver, Canada. We were number
it's all right,
one
guys, just
on
chill.
Twitch, which is insane.
crazy. That's
number
insane.
one on Twitch. We didn't even believe them. They're like, hey guys, you're number one on Twitch. We're like, yeah, okay, cool. We're just kind of like running back, doing all the stuff
and
on the stage.
honestly, I was thinking that the person who told us, I was like,
Hey, there's Skittles in there!
No way. we're
No
number
way.
one.
Hey, buddy. That's great. That's really great.
Don't let the beard
So that
fool
was
you.
Saturday.
He's a child.
We were number 2 on
Kabam.
Twitch on Sunday. I'm not going to tell you why, but there was a very strange reason
Kabam.
as to why, but very, very close to number 1. At the end of it, it was 2.3 million views, which is massive. It shows just like how much you love this game, how wide-reaching this game is, and how many summoners there are out there that are in here just like grinding in this game every day, trying to get the best, be the best, do the best, or just have a lot of fun.
Yeah, forgot to
we
include
had
the
an epic
band, didn't
battle round brawl. Those matchups were insane. The Jean Grey one, I can't talk about that enough. That was like ridiculous. We had, what was interesting? We were like, we would watch Tilapia come up with like
Anything
different
revealed?
ways to play
Not
the
a
game
single
like,
goddamn
in
thing yet.
real time, and I was like, well, I didn't even know.
They're
I didn't even
just,
know
That Jackson
sucking
Britain
each
fight
other off
versus
for
Atumo
now.
was
Yeah.
absolutely insane.
Yes. If you haven't watched the fights, if you haven't watched the
They're
replays, you
patting
really should
each
go
other
back.
on the back for it.
Just watch
Job
how
well
like
done.
everyone was just
Avoiding
like putting
the
on
fact
master
that they got
classes
banned
in
and
each of
people
their
abuse the
own
Twitch
rights,
room.
man. It was just ridiculous.
Is that any way
Beat the
possible
Boss
real life?
came back,
No,
which was like
but
one of my
I can
favorites.
make you
It
wish you
reminded me
did.
of like Comic-Con times where you just stand in the line. You just stay there all day. They're like, there's a whole other like convention going on here. Like, I'm good, bro. I'm just gonna sit here and I'm just gonna stay in the line
Alright,
and keep
guys,
spinning
chill.
that
I'm
wheel.
gonna start
The
putting
wheel
people
was
in
great.
timeouts.
We had juicy Twitch drops. I mentioned that
Behave,
again, and then all the
please.
summoners together, which is again another one of one of my favorite things, just from like Comic-Con, getting to stand next to someone else who plays MCOC in real life is nuts.
It doesn't happen too often.
It doesn't happen often. Like most of you guys know, right?
And how about this?
Look at this. Will you look at that? Just wanted to come back and be on stage or be in this studio with my boy here, Carrot Mike.
Yeah, that-
I had
the
to bring
set was
that back.
nice.
It was
Let's
just- it was-
leave
it
that
was-
at Summoners
It was
Fest.
it was a whole
Getting
thing.
done? I don't think so.
But it was a good time, and really love seeing you all in the chat. And so I also have some other information for
Just
you,
keep
but we'll talk
watching,
about that in
Duvet.
just a bit.
Sure.
And
But
when you
at
get one,
Summoners
you're gonna
Fest,
get a
we
message
did
that you
mention
have a Twitch
that we
show.
will be having a exclusive 7-star added to our Twitch drops
yeah.
moving forward, and you were able to vote on that champion. Can you remind me who that champion was? Hey Finn, can you let everybody know?
How about we just watch this?
Stop playing goddamn music. But yeah, no. I mean, the set does look cool, though.
Thor Ragnarok is going to be that exclusive 7-star champion for Twitch drops in 2026. Now, not just Thor Ragnarok, all right? Let's relax a little bit here. It's not just Thor, because he's getting a tune-up. Now, why is he getting a tune-up? Because over the summer, we had our Summoners Fest Realm events, and one of the milestones was you get to vote for a rework, you get to vote for a tune-up. We actually did the rework pretty much right after that. That was when we all voted for Ghost Rider,
and he doesn't need a tune-up, right, Mike?
2026, I'm forgetting the exact month, so I'm not going to say it right now, but he's coming up pretty soon. I'm actually really, really excited for that. His model looks incredible. We'll showcase that maybe next month. But yeah, it's really exciting stuff for Ghost Rider. And then we voted for Thor Ragnarok to get that tune-up. So obviously the 6-star and below is going to go live whenever that happens. And then the 7-star is going to be sourced through Twitch drops. Why don't we talk a little bit about those Twitch drops and some plans we got going on.
Yeah, we can go right on that. So as you saw, we had just like a little bit of a dust up a little earlier in last month area, whatever. There is a whole dev diary there to explain everything and how we're going to be moving forward. But for this particular stream, we added a new milestone for the 11th year anniversary. So there's one extra milestone here for this stream. And then on the 10th...
What is that milestone?
It is going to be a progression gated set of shards that the top one is going to be 10,000 7-star shards, which is a lot more than what we normally have because we usually top out at 3 rebirth crystals. So that's just for this stream.
What are you talking about?
There will be more. There's going to be additional drops that are dropping on December 10th because that is our anniversary. You're so happy. Yeah. Yeah, so on December 10th, we're going to have a similar run to what we did for Summoners Fest. I know a lot of you like those, and we are making them available to you one more time for our 11-year anniversary. So if you didn't get them last time, you have another chance. Now, also, to work around the issue that we had, we are now opening up our Twitch drops, at least for this stream, to everyone. So if you are on Twitch and you stream MCOC, go ahead and jump on in. You want to do a watch party for our live stream? Go ahead and do that. You want to cover the live stream? Go ahead and do that. Or you just want to play Battlegrounds. You want to play, well, you can actually go in and know that ends today, doesn't it? For the Encounter Showcase.
That's right.
Oh, I guess I need to make it
on the 10th.
On the 10th. Well, there you go. It's right on the day.
It ends actually right when the Twitch drops start. So don't do that. But what you can do is actually, little spoiler alert, big thing we talked about at Summoners Fest, Coliseum is going to start on the 10th.
Somebody's going to have to help me.
You can get in there, jump into the Alliance Coliseum a bit, play that.
Yeah, I guess.
No, but they can do this stream until the 10th.
Yeah, you can minimize.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
we're on the same page. Okay, we're on the same page. We're on the same page. There we go. Okay. Just in case you guys were confused, we totally are not.
But yeah, I guess
so again,
it's
additional Twitch drops will be available on December 10th. Just make sure to jump on in and stream your favorite stuff on MCOC, and it'll be a great time. And again, open to all creators. We got a lot of creators doing it on the last one, so I'm really, really excited to see how many people are jumping in on Twitch. It was really great to open up Twitch and see us featured, to see how many people were streaming. So good luck, everyone. I hope you like that. I'll be dropping more details about the December 10th stream.
Yeah, 20 minutes and nothing has been said.
Or on Monday to get all those details. But stay tuned.
Yeah, sounds good, man. Yeah. And again, just a big, massive thank you for everyone who watched Summoners Fest. A giant thank you for everyone
at
who
least you guys are
attended
here.
Summoners
I
Fest.
am here.
And thank you for Kabam Dork for doing so much work for Summoners Fest. You guys have absolutely no idea how much this guy put into this. There was a lot of blood, a lot of sweat, a lot of tears.
Romance you up.
That
went
into Summoners Fest all across the board. And super
you will feel like this is the best
stream. Thank you all again. Thank you to Kabam Dork. And thank you to Kabam Dork for jumping onto the stream with me.
For sure. You know what? I actually forgot something.
What was that?
Can you go back? Because the whole reason why we went to that slide was to talk about how people are going to get Thor Ragnarok, and we were just like, rah.
No, you're right. Yeah, let's go back real quick.
We just get excited, and because it's not like we sit next to each other all day. So the new Twitch drops in 2026, they include that exclusive 7-star champion. Now, this is going to require multiple views, right? So it's not going to be just like, hey, one milestone on one stream. However, we're trying to work this out internally. So we're thinking something like either shards or token or something like that. We're still figuring that part out. Still kind of tuning all of those details. But you'll watch multiple streams. The final number will be out soon, and that'll be in the future dev diary. And so yeah, after you've watched like the allotted amount, you can go in and you can trade it in and get your Thor Ragnarok, and you'll be able to do it more than one time in a year. We're kind of focusing on around like 3 times, so you can dupe that champion. And then there's going to be another thing that I can't talk about yet.
That's right.
Because it's not finalized,
That's
and
true.
nobody said I could say it yet. But I am pretty sure that we're going to do it.
How's the news that I don't use?
just
They
wait
haven't
for
said
that.
anything yet.
And now I'm done.
Isn't that just super exciting, guys? All right, thank you so much to Kabam Dirk. I'm sure you guys will be seeing him again in the future. But we got some other stuff to talk about here on the live stream because the Founders War Saga is still going on, and we have some new content upcoming too. When it comes to these Saga attackers and events and side quests this month, it's going to be the same boosts as last month. So you got the Dormant Virus and you got the Cure. Not going to go over it. If you like the one from last month, hey, guess what? It's coming back. All right. Also, speaking of things coming back, we got the Big Thing event in Alliance War for this holiday season. So a new version of Big Thing is making its return. It's very similar to the old version of Big Thing. This is going to be going from December 17th to January 14th.
Kind of same thing?
Kind of the same thing,
Okay.
but a little bit of an update.
okay.
So this is mostly to ease the burden off the holiday war season with an
That's
updated
the
map
guys
to
with
two
tiny
nodes,
things.
Updated solo event, same idea, same feel, still one
Come
fight
on.
per summoner.
wrong.
Also, side quest taken. Now, the December side quest, we're going to be using some 2 stars. We know you guys have been enjoying those little side quests, like the Act 8 mini Crucible with the 2 stars, like the Squad Builder, Fantastic Force Recruitment with the 2 stars. So we're doing something with more 2 stars this time. So,
2 stars
Taken,
was fine.
the collector
Don't mind
has
that.
a particular set of skills and some
Sure.
other classes as well. But you're going to be getting 2-star champions via in-game mail, and you're going to use those 2 stars to defeat mini bosses in the quest. It's just pretty much 1 fight per entry. There are class gates to guide your champions, and now the idea here is that we send you 3 champions.
That
There are
is
3 bosses. The
fine.
fun of the
Yeah,
side
yeah.
quest is kind of reading the
I
nodes
should
and figuring out
start
which
drinking
champion
this.
is meant for which boss. And if you choose correctly, it's going to be a relatively easy fight for
I
you.
should really
That's going
start
to be super
drinking.
fun. Complete solo objectives to earn some of those rewards.
Like, this is-
Also,
They won.
how about this? Loyalty store cleanup. So let's talk about this and also why we're going to be doing it. So this is launching on December 8th. Now, a big one here, check this out, removing the timer on the 7-star loyalty crystals. So if you have like 10,000 of those shatter shards, you can now get like 250,000 of those 7-star loyalty crystals. You probably don't have that many, but honestly, a lot of you probably have like 70. So you can probably get like 4 or 5. So basically, you know, we're putting those things in the ranked rewards, putting them in the Alliance War Encounter Showcase. If you have enough, you can get it. We're also cleaning up the store, so it's more
Yeah,
geared
well, I mean,
towards
that's
Alliance
good.
War.
You
So
can
we're
buy
keeping the
more
war
of the
boosts
loyalty
and the
crystals if
potions,
you want.
but we're removing those lower tier catalysts and crystal shards that haven't been updated for about 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, I
Realistically,
don't
those
care about
probably never should have made their way into the Alliance War store in the first place. And also, Unstoppable Colossus, he gets to stay, because he'd be a little sad if we took him out. But the reason why we're doing this is because we're going to be consolidating a lot of our currencies next year. Now, this is something that we've been talking about for a bit. We've been hearing your feedback. There's too many things. There's too many things to keep track of. It's way too much. So we talked about this a bit when we were launching Radiance. We were like, we kind of view the game in 2 ways. We have our engagement-based stuff, and we have our competitive-based stuff. Now, when we launched Radiance, we kind of said, hey, if this goes well, we're going to look to do this for our engagement-based stuff as well. 10 months later, I think it's kind of fair to say Radiance had a very positive impact on Marvel Contest of Champions. So this new resource is going to be inspired by Radiance. It's going to take engagement-based currencies like Glory, the Battlegrounds tokens, the Incursion artifacts. We're going to consolidate them into one resource. Also, some more consistency with the updates like Radiance as well every few months. And yeah, oh, my thing went off there, but that's okay. I'll fix that in a minute. This is all actively in development, and it's expected to go live next year. We're still a few months out on this, not too far out, but keep an eye out for a dev diary next month. It's already in production right now, kind of outlining everything to do with this, what we want to do, why, and what you can expect. So
if they do a
I'm
bad
excited
job,
for this one. It's going to be really cool.
Speaking
of updates, speaking of cleanups, oh man, I've heard you on this one too. We have absolutely heard you. I've been feeling this one too. We're going to be cleaning up those nodes in the event quest. So coming in December, coming in 5 days, on Wednesday when the EQ goes live, nodes are going to be clearer, easier to read. The Fury is no longer impacted by ability accuracy reduction. We want to give these nodes some love so they're more up to date with 2025 champion meta abilities. We've heard you that they're outdated, that they need a fresh little touch up. All the details on these are going to be live in our patch
Still in
notes
progress,
today.
Elder Unlucky
So
Me.
if you're curious,
Fuck
there's
off.
like 20 updates here. I'm not going to list them all out. It's not going to make too much sense if I just list all the changes anyway out of context.
Really, is it that
but you'll
hard?
just see that, like,
Is
a
it
lot
that
of these things are gonna be a
goddamn
lot more in line
hard?
with current champion abilities, which is very much
Try
so
and lock
needed.
Elder.
Still in progress. We still want to let Valiant players go right to Elder difficulty, and also we want to have a
They're
lower
talking
difficulty
about
toggle
it.
for
Like
all
they're
players.
designing
These
a
are both
fucking
still
new
in
game.
development and still for the timeline of early next year. We've had a lot of our engineer resources on Coliseum and end of year activities, but this is something we definitely want to push for still for early next year. In the meantime, we wanted to put a big priority on cleaning up those nodes so that the experience is overall a lot
It can't
smoother
be
across
that
the board.
difficult.
Speaking of Summoners Fest, by the way, this probably should have been the first slide out of that segment, but that's okay. Battlegrounds Season 35 Meta Vote, that was also in the Summoners Fest Realm event. You get to choose the next Battlegrounds meta. So you get to choose the first 2 weeks in the Gladiator Circuit and the Victory Track, and also weeks 3 and 4. So you get to have 2 separate votes. It's going to be live on Discord right now, and it's going to be open for a limited time. So go and vote, or vote after the stream. You definitely got a bit of time to do that. We got a few hours. I'd like to close it off before the end of the day so I can give it over to our guys so they can start implementing that, because this is the next meta, right?
Cool.
This is coming up. So obviously the metas are here on the screen. Mighty Charge, Dash Vulnerability, Eat Crow, Power Snack. I'm not going to read through all of them.
And
you all
personal
have eyes.
space,
You can all check it
region,
out.
root or be
Also, when
rooted.
you
That
go
sounds
to
nice.
vote, we have all the node details there as well. So give it a quick little read, refresh. It's also going to have the season as well. So if you remember which season it was,
Invade-
going to supply you with as much information
I'm
as
gonna
we
be
possibly
watching it
can,
in
so you can
invaded
make your
personal
vote
space region.
accurately here. Okay. Also, super fun. Have you heard about a new Marvel game coming into the universe called Cosmic Invasion? So we have a little Cosmic Invasion collab coming to Marvel Contest of Champions on December 8th. We're teaming up with Cosmic Invasion for a Cosmic collab. Now, this isn't anything super duper huge, but we got a fun little event here. So essentially, if you just win fights with champions who appear in Cosmic Invasion, you can earn points for a solo event. You can earn 8-bit profile pictures, a Cosmic Invasion theme title, some progression-based Nexus crystals, and if you play Cosmic Invasion, check out the MCOC color palette in the game. Get a little bit of Marvel crossover there. Cosmic Invasion, super duper cool, man. Annihilus is like front and center. You got that big
In Latvia,
wing
there are
guy
more
from
women than
space
men,
with his
yes.
wings. Super, super
That
cool.
is true.
Super, super cool. All right. Now, again, speaking of Summoners Fest, we spend a lot of time at Summoners Fest talking about the Coliseum.
Yeah, I mean,
after
that's fine.
Summoners Fest, I spent a lot of time making a
You
little
profile pictures
breakdown
and whatnot,
guide
sure,
video
why
for you
not?
guys, essentially going over everything that you need to know for Alliance Coliseum launching on December 10th. Finn, let's roll the clip for him.
What is going on, Summoners? Today, we're diving deep into our brand new game mode, Alliance Coliseum. Solo Coliseum drops early next year, but Alliance Coliseum swings open its gates this December. Just like Alliance War, quests, and raids, this is all about rallying your alliance to crush the challenge together. Every Coliseum pits you against one epic boss. But this boss, it won't go down easy, and the more they go down, the stronger they get. Coliseum is a brutal test. How many health bars can you shred through before the boss shreds you? Let's keep this breakdown as simple as possible. On day 1 of the event, 3 podium slots will unlock. When you have a champion on a podium, they can't be used for another. Think of a podium like a champion slot, and that slot is taken up by the champion with the highest score you achieve on that slot. Your podium score boils down to a few factors. To start, there are the 2 simple ones: your alliance prestige and how many health bars you cleared on the fight. But each day cycles fresh champion tags. These are pretty important, since each tag on your champion adds points to your total score on the podium. Each podium will also have an individual level. You gain podium XP by clearing health bars, and when you gain enough, your podium levels up. You can also make this faster with podium upgrade tokens. You guessed it, the higher the level, the more points on the podium. But don't worry, If you have a killer fight before you level up, that score will be multiplied by the new level of the podium. So, the amount of health bars cleared, plus your tag bonus, plus a value from your Alliance prestige will all be added together, then multiplied by the level of your podium. On day 2 and 3, a new podium unlocks, giving a total of 5. When the dust settles, you get peak milestones based on your score, and your Alliance's combined scores unlock more peak milestones and ranked rewards. And that's really all there is to it. Get ready, Summoners. Coliseum is coming to test your limits. I hope you're ready to put on a show.
Playing stupid. You either don't even.
Just want to say, I saw a comment in the chat that apparently I beat somebody in Battlegrounds, so I'm sorry for that. If you didn't have fun, but if
Exactly,
you had a fun time,
I
just run
didn't
back
even
sometime.
follow all of
right,
it.
so that was Coliseum.
You need to
Before we
upgrade your
jump into
podiums,
that,
which
just
look like
realizing
it'll
now,
probably cost
we talked
well.
about the Twitch drops. They are live now. Make sure you're linked up. But also, like we said, we are going to be opening those up to the wider Twitch community today. Those are going to be going live until midnight PST today. So for all of our Twitch creators
my
out
alliance
there,
full of bumps?
jump
Look
on
for a
in,
new one.
have a bit of a party. You got all of today to grind out that hour of Twitch drops all over the Twitch community. So, Coliseum. Coliseum, let's talk about this, man, because this is a really huge game mode here. This is going to be launching on December 10th. How about that? December 10th. So, massive new game mode. Fight through multiple health bars. For the first time when you defeat the opponent, they don't go down. They come back stronger. One thing I noticed in the chat here while this was going was pretty much saying that, oh great, one hit KO and then you're dead. Not exactly. So as you're moving through those multiple health bars, the defender is going to get a lot more powerful. So it's kind of like in raids, right? You know, well, it's not like raids, sorry. So you know how in raids, when you get to the 12%, you instantly get KO'd out of nowhere? This is very different. You're going to progressively make the defender more and more difficult to fight, and eventually they're going to get you, right, if you mess up. If you mess up in the beginning, absolutely it is not one-hit KO whatsoever. So there is a difference between Alliance and Solo here, essentially. For both of them, there's no revives or potions allowed. But for the Alliance one, that's where the podiums come into play.
Come on, guys.
So
let's hit that like button, sub button, all the good buttons.
Be fighting that boss and clearing the health bars.
Make it
and
appear as if you actually like
the more
to be
experience
here
points that you
and
gain.
enjoy the
so
stream,
those
or
experience
else
points essentially level
I'm gonna
up
send my
your
wife
podium,
after you.
and that is going to
Be
multiply
mad.
your
She
score
bites.
to give you your score on the podium. All you have to know here, I'm going to make this super duper simple. All you have to know is that you got 5 champion slots for Alliance Coliseum. You're going to bring in your favorite champions, and you're going to fight the boss. That's it, right? Every day, there's going to be some champion tags that are going to give different champions higher scores. So ideally, you want to use some of those champions and kind of leverage that score, right?
What's going on?
But it really boils down to that. And the Solo Coliseum is extremely simple like that. You want to rip through as many health bars as you can to progress your milestone track rewards. The Alliance Coliseum has those additional elements when it comes to scoring. But at the end of the day, you don't really have to worry too much about that, right? It's going to take an element from your Alliance prestige. It's going to take the element from the tags that you're fighting with. It's going to take the element from how many health bars you cleared. Just do the fight. It's all going to happen naturally. And then, as you progress, the level of the podium is going to increase, and that's all going to multiply. Let's say you get a really solid score in your first ever fight. If you multiply that or level up that podium 3 times, that score is going to act retroactively as well, so you don't lose it. So it really boils down to look into the champion tags each day, use your favorite champions to fight the boss, and have a good time. You're going to enter the Coliseum with Alliance Coliseum energy, so it's not going to be the standard yellow energy, so you don't have to compete with other game modes, and there's a lot of it. You essentially get like 30 entries, and you get one new entry every 30 minutes. So if you're playing this mode, unless you're grinding it like crazy, you're probably not going to run into running out of energy, and there are Alliance energy refills as well, if you happen to do that, and you're really loving it.
No special notes.
This is also a little bit of a review of what it's kind of going to look like. This is all work in progress, obviously. Because look at this, we got Psylocke twice, we got Rogue. I don't anticipate too many players using those champions for Coliseum. Who knows? Maybe you will, though. But that's really it. Level up your podiums, build up your score, have fun with your Alliance. One thing I like about this is that this is really the first, like, super duper Alliance mode, where you're not in your battlegrounds. It's going to be taking all 30 members, or however many you have, of your Alliance, and you're going to be in one giant group, and you're going to be able to see everyone's score. It's going to be a fun time. And this is like, right here, you can see there's 5 podiums. That's really all there is to it. So Alliance Coliseum is launching on December 10th. We have another one towards the end of December as well. And Solo is going live in January. Okay, so now it's time to move on to one of my favorite segments of the stream. You guys know me, I love my champions. And now it's time to talk about champions in Marvel Contest of Champions. Up first, we gotta talk about this champion because he's in the game right now. We got Spider-Man, Pravita Prabharkar, and what an absolutely ridiculous champion this guy is. Let me tell you, I've been using this guy a lot recently. He is an unbelievable Mystic champion. There is a lot of incredible content out by our content creator program members recently over the past few weeks since they got this champion, doing some absolutely insane things with this character. So if you have him, if you haven't really used him too much yet, check out some of those videos by our CCP members because there's some really incredible stuff there. But hey, if you got the double track for Spidey, look at this. He's available for trade-in right now if you got the milestone boosters. If you didn't, we're about 30-ish, 25-ish days away, 26 days exactly, until you can claim this guy on December 31st. Also, if you aren't going the double track route, there are pre-release bundles on December 11th where you can get the first appearance version of Spidey, and also crystals and arenas. So you can obviously just use your units.
Oh, come on.
This guy, if you have, like, you're very close on, you know, the gray system here on December 18th. That is Spidey. This, can we get that picture back? Yeah, this is Imperiosa. And what a crazy looking champion this is. Let's roll the clip.
Imperiosa starts the fight with over 2 bars of power, and you'll want to build to that special 3 to start your rotation. When ready, intercept or use a combo ender to gain special lock immunity. Then, use your special 3. After, you'll have all 3 of your Synthex buffs, juicing up your basic attacks and granting you extra power. From here, attack your opponent to build power so you can launch your special 1 to refresh the corrosion debuff and keep your opponent ticking down from the physical damage. Now, in a longer fight, after your first special 3, you can ride that power gain up to another and stack on multiple corrosion debuffs. From there, build to your special 1 to refresh your corrosions and watch your opponent melt before your eyes.
All right, and that is Imperiosa, our final idol of Marvel Contest of Champions for this year, rounding out the Founders War saga as well. And they look absolutely incredible. Can we get this up on the screen? Look at this character model that we have. Take a good look at it. Make sure you look at it. Do you like it? Take a picture because that's going away because that is distracting me with all those things flying around. Oh my God, so she is now going to be available for trade-in starting on December 9th. So Imperiosa is a idol, so they have the fractured power bar, starts the fight with 75% max power, which is really, really cool, but also power locks themselves at the start of the fight. Now this is removed on intercept and combo ending attacks, and they're also immune to bleed, disintegrate, and power drain, gains buffs dependent on level of power, gets that corrosion debuff on the special 3, and refreshes 3 damaging debuffs on the special 1. So a lot of really interesting mechanics here, but let's talk through it. Let's do a little bit of live gameplay here with Imperiosa. Okay, so as you can see here, I start with 75% of my max power, all right? I'm power locked, but boom, that is now gone. It's also gone with the intercept. We're gonna go ahead and bait a special here from Ant-Man Future. I'm immune to the disintegrate, by the way, which is pretty cool. And now I'm gonna go for a combo ending attack, and I'm going to get my first corrosion. Now, we're gonna watch this. I will say this, watch this special 3. One of the most insane things in the entire game. If you're playing this champion in Battlegrounds, you probably want to use SP3 skip. It's a long animation, and she definitely wants the special 3 for that corrosion. As you can see, it's ticking about 5,000 per second. And now I'm going to go for the special 1 to refresh that. What I really like to do is I like to go for another one of those special 3s, and I can stack up those corrosions, right? But now, just kind of keep it refreshed the entire time. Also, you can use your heavy attack to unpower lock yourself. And that's really all there is to it. Special 3 into the special 1s to keep that debuff going. That's ticking for quite a bit. So how about that? That's
I
Imperiosa.
mean, like-
That's how you're going to use that champion. Yeah, so I really like Imperiosa for some longer fights. So for example, I could actually see them doing pretty well in Coliseum in the future, right? Because you can kind of stack on some of those corrosions from the special 3s. You can use the special 1 to keep them refreshed. And I think that could be pretty good and pretty exciting. So that is Imperiosa, and they are available for training.
I'm not certain of how good she's
until
gonna be, but
January
we'll see.
7th. So of course, there's been a bunch of places
I don't
to
think
get
she
some of
has
that Invade
much
Essence,
defensive value.
and
Doesn't
like
look
you know
like it.
raids and like some content that we've had as well. Also in the Battlegrounds Victory Track, also in the weekly deals as well on the web store and whatnot. So yeah. Final
think I
item
have
of the year,
enough,
Imperiosa, available
essences
until
still for her,
January
but-
7th. One more month. And yeah, someone said SB2 good. The SB2 is good. It's good, but you want to go for the SB1. Specifically, I like at least, so you can keep those damaging debuffs refreshed. The Special 2 is a little more interesting to watch out for on defense. But of course, check out the full deep dive this weekend so you can see everything this champion does. Let's get this one on the screen here, because look at this. Founders War. All 4 of them. Look at that. Got Imperiosa, Lumitrix, Isophene, and Solvark. Super duper
Exactly.
cool.
It didn't seem
Super duper
impressive, but
champions.
there might be
I feel like
something
they're
I'm
really
overlooking, I
making
guess,
their
but-
mark in the game and doing some really cool stuff in the meta.
I'm not
now, hey,
like
listen. If you want to enter a
particularly
giveaway
interested in
for
Blown
this
Away,
champion,
yes.
make sure you go to playcontestofchampions.com/stream-giveaway. That way, you can get your chance to
How
get
to get
either
previous idol
Imperiosa
champions?
or
Well, starting
Spider-Man
this
for
Titan
Vehicle Parker,
rollover
because, hey,
already,
technically,
idol
believe it or
champions are
not,
entering the
even though he's
baseball
been
one
in
by
the game
one.
for quite a bit
So
now,
Isophene
Spidey
is
a
already in the
December's
baseball.
champion as well.
Next
So,
update, Lumitrix.
with all that being said, we
And
do
then
have
the update
another champion
afterwards,
coming out in
All
December,
Arkansas,
although not as a standard release.
So yeah, you can
He's
just,
going to
like,
be the
start
trophy
pulling them from
champion
basic
for
crystals.
Banquet. That's right. It's time we start talking about Banquet stuff. I see a lot of comments in the chat. Let's take a little bit of a look at Reworked Punisher.
To begin, strike the opponent to start building power. Focus on using your light attacks to build up your physical resistance, as these will boost the chance to gain your Fury passive. If needed, you can land an intercept or punish a special to get your grit passive so they don't disrupt your tempo. Build to 2 bars of power, and once there, finish your 5-hit combo and delay your special activation slightly to get your opponent to block. After that special 2, strike the opponent to build more power and get back to another special and launch it right into their block. From here, immediately launch your special 1 into their block to increase the tick rate of those bleeds and watch your opponent melt. Now, keep in mind, against villain champions, he gains that impact passive at the start of the fight. But Frank doesn't have that same contempt against non-villain champions. So, use your special 1 before your special 2 to get rolling with those impacts. And then, watch the defender bleed, bleed, bleed.
All right, and that was our first look at Reworked Punisher
Allegedly,
in
he's
Marvel
gonna be
Contest of
the
Champions. Now
primary
look,
defender.
I know a decent bit about Spider-Man for Peter Parker. I know a decent bit about Imperiosa, but I'm not really an expert on Punisher. So I had to call in a little bit of reinforcements. We got my buddy Kabam Winshear back in the house today, the designer of Reworked Punisher. What is going on, man? Welcome back to the stream.
Yeah, it's great to be here, Mike. I'm excited to show off Punisher here.
Oh, fantastic, and I can't wait to do that. So, dude, for those of us who weren't watching the streams in the past, you were here just a few months ago. Welcome back, first of all. Why don't you let us know who was the first champion that you made?
So the first character I worked on was the Maker. So I've seen mixed responses. Some people love him, some people don't. That's fine. That's kind of why we have so many characters in the game.
Absolutely. So how has
Mixed
how has
response?
things been
You designed
since
a fucking
kind of,
noodle
made
hand,
that
my
first
friend.
champion?
It's been good. I've now been here for a year, and it's been a great experience being able to see all the behind the scenes going on here, as well as working on so many different Marvel characters.
Absolutely. And one thing I learned about Winshear just yesterday, by the way, is that he's actually pretty incredible Marvel Contest of Champions player as well. I'm being so serious right now. In fact, we're going to do some
Now we know
live
why
gameplay,
Punisher buff
and I was
sucks.
asking
Oh.
him, like, so who do you want to fight with Punisher? And he says, High Evolutionary. I was like, really? I wasn't aware that he countered that. And he's like, oh, he doesn't, but I'll just take High Evolutionary for sure. And I'm like, sure, dude, absolutely, go for it. I went for it. I died, and he went in, and he finished at like 70% health. So I'll tell you what, why don't we go in here, before we go over his kit, let's do a little bit of fighting here. Let's give it a go. Let's watch Windshear fight High Evolutionary. So as you can see here, we got Punisher. He's going in, kind of doing that mixed master stuff going on. When you go for the light attacks, you are going to be gaining some of that physical resistance, all right? Now, at this point, that's really good because because when you have it, as you go for more light attacks, you have a chance to gain that Fury passive. Now, as you can notice, the blue icon,
he doesn't have to do that.
Good. So you're gonna go for that. The auto block. That's
the auto
awesome,
block.
dude.
Yep.
You want to go for the special 2. I'm getting a little excited here. I love the stuff. So you want to go for the special 2 into the block, right? Because that is going to give you power up to your special 1. Watch this, by the way. So that kind of saved you there, right? Oh, no, it didn't hit the 66%.
No, it didn't.
Actually. Oh, it didn't. That's all right. Anyway. Point being, I'm rambling here. This is awful. So I'm not doing a good job commentating on this. He's got the Fury buff. He's going to go for the special 2 here into the block. Watch the power up to the special 1. He's going to go for the special 1 while the Unstoppable is there. He's going to get the
just
precision.
watch him bleed away.
And he just bleeds away. Fantastic stuff, man. So I was getting distracted that entire time, but Windshear did a fantastic job, really. One thing that didn't show up, which I thought was going to show up, was that he has indestructible passives, right?
Yes.
And that would have saved you if that combo detonation went down too low, would have stopped you right at 66%, which is really, really cool. So as you saw in that fight, there's a lot of stuff going on. Can we get the slide deck up, Finn? Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on here in his kit, of course, and a lot of the stuff was really shown. But what I love about this champion is that there's a lot of interesting ways to play him. In fact, why don't you just kind of tell us about it?
Yeah, so the first bullet there, you see with the indestructible, that's why I'm comfortable taking him into high evo, as you see there, because those combo detonations can really hurt.
Yeah.
And I can't always counter it if I'm not quite on top of my combo, but the indestructibles give me a safety net where it's not going to completely nuke my entire health bar.
Well, from what I heard, he's going to be primarily
it's similar when you're facing some of those really tough defenders out there. Having a little bit of safety net when you slip up or something helps keep you alive and keep you in the fight. And so with 3 of them, it keeps you quite in the fight well so that you can finish a fight even if you're struggling.
Fantastic. Now one thing about him is that you kind of get 2 of those per quest, right? The 66% and the 33%, but the 1% that's always there, like it always has been. Tell us a little bit about that design intention and why we did that.
I mean, like,
yeah, so part of the reason was
fine.
We've had other death immune champions and whatnot in the questing, and having
looks
that
better
1%
than
can be a huge
Imperiosity,
boon to helping you finish fights out.
Looks more
But
interesting.
getting 3 of them, if you revived and healed your champion up, that's a bit much. So we toned it down to the 66 and 33%. Also on defense, you wouldn't want to be seeing that constantly. So
without a doubt.
Yeah, without a doubt. So yeah, we made it so the first 2 are only once per quest, but then after that, the 1% can keep you in the fight.
Fantastic, man. Now, we talked about your first champion, the Maker, who I've said feels like was a very intentional design, Lots of parallels to Mr. Fantastic, but that was a brand new champion. This is a rework, so I'm really curious, what was different about your process this time, and what was it like working on your first rework champion compared to a fresh new one?
Yeah, so with the Maker, there were some parallels with the rework character because I did want to mirror some things about Mr. Fantastic because they are the same character in different universes.
Absolutely.
But with the rework character, they're an existing character in the game that has some things that players might love, some things that players might not. And so one of those things when I was playing around with Punisher was like the indestructible was super iconic for the character. And so
100%.
definitely wanted to keep that around and maybe even bring it up a little bit more to another level.
Yeah, and speaking of just the Punisher in general, I see like it really feels like there's a lot of things in his kit that really just relate to the character as well, right? So where did you draw any inspiration?
He's going to be like the exclusive
part of it is being able to watch the shows, read some of the comics. Like there is a lot of grittiness to the Punisher. And he's one to really endure in a fight.
Is that why he has the grit passive?
It is. And as both his existing character as well as you can see in some of his shows and comics, there's a lot of blood. And so he knows how to be able to handle it as well as dish it out.
Fantastic. That's fantastic, man. And so a lot of that stuff is great on attack, of course, right? He can crit through block. He can do some bleeds through block. He can, do a lot of things, but that could also be a little tough to fight on defense, right? So tell us a little bit about Punisher on defense. How would you recommend fighting him, and what's he got going on?
Yeah, so in a general fight, that special 2, as you kind of saw in my fight, was when I was hitting High Evo's block, it's giving me power back so that I can use
They're
a
not
special
gonna add
one
to the
immediately.
basics.
after.
They haven't
so
added
fun, by the
Kang,
way,
Thomas,
attack. It's very
Wolverine
like a
reflex of Jesse
Hulkbuster
Jones to
serpent, like
basics, so
where you throw the special into
don't
the block
count
for
on
the
it.
extra bonus. I think that's super cool. Please continue.
Yeah, but on defense though, you want to try to avoid that. So definitely play around the special one. That one's easier to be able to both dodge the hits as well as, even if you can't dodge the hits, it's not going to be as punishing. As well as if you can bring in specific mutants, specifically not villains, because Punisher does not care for villains.
Yeah.
So if you bring in certain heroes or mercenary mutants,
Nope.
they can bypass the indestructibles. So if you get some big specials off before those indestructibles trigger, you can bypass them.
Really?
Yeah, and you can. If you can burst hard enough, you can get past all 3 of them and kill them outright.
Wow. All right. So it's like, again, like I said, it's with the Maker, with Punisher, it really feels like there's a lot of intention behind your designs, which I really appreciate. So a lot of players in the community have already kind of been referring to Punisher as beyond Rhino tier.
Jessica Johnson,
right? So because obviously he's very solid for Rhino, as we saw in the deep dive video. But where else do you see Punisher shining in the contest?
So as I kind of got into with the indestructibles, if you're facing difficult content that you might need a little bit of extra buffer room to be able to survive a devastating attack, Punisher is a great option for those.
Love it, man. Sounds awesome. So Punisher's great. Punisher's coming this month. However, you're also working on another champion coming next month, right? So why don't you give us a little hint as to who that is? It's already announced. Let's calm down. So who are you working on next month? And tell us a little teaser about that.
Yeah, so I'm really excited that I got the chance to work on J. Jonah Jameson, the Spider Slayer. He was really fun to work on, and if you are familiar with other characters that really love to play into the media, there's a little bit of inspiration there. So if look out for that.
That sounds awesome, man. So
he's making J. Jonah Jameson.
I'm sure J. Jonah is going to be fantastic. Thank you so much to Kabam Windcheer for coming onto the show today and giving us a little bit of a rundown.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
That's literally what I noticed.
Man. So Punisher is
he
coming
seems so far to be
month,
the weakest champion designer based on his
the
track
trophy
record.
champion.
So J. Jonah Jameson.
He's not the only reworked champion coming to the Banquet. Now, as we saw last month, we did have Jane Foster getting reworked as a 6-star. This month going to be a 7-star. If you're forgetting, why don't we have a quick
hype level for JJJ just dropped.
Jane Foster's back and feeling mightier
we don't
than
get a
ever.
shit about her.
This buff is all about making Jane feel like the god she was always meant to be. All of her basic attacks have a chance to inflict herself with a shock passive, and one's guaranteed when she nullifies a buff. These give her increased attack and increase her critical rating on her heavy when the opponent is stunned. Oh yeah, she can also stun them with her heavy immediately after a non-combo ending attack, and that heavy inflicts 2 staggers. When those expire, or when they nullify a buff, her shocks are paused for 5 seconds. You could use her special 1 to gain fervor and stack on shocks even faster.
I don't know, why are we getting so much old news? Like, why are you showing us this now?
To the opponent, dealing devastating shock over 2 seconds. And if you're
more
looking for some spicy yellow numbers, spam that special 3 for a massive power gain passive and juice up your crit rating even further. Jane Foster has some other mystical tricks up her sleeve. Stay tuned to find out what else she can do. There must always be a Thor. Jane Foster is unleashed in the November update.
Oh, John will get a good kid? With this guy?
And that is that reworked version of Jane Foster. Can we get the slide deck up on the screen here just a little? We're not going to spend too much time on this because we went over this last month. She's been live in the game for an entire month now.
So move on!
I will say, I want to say this. I've been seeing some interesting reception towards Jane Foster. Listen, I'm never going to sit here and try to change your mind and try to convince you to like a champion or whatnot. I will just say, when Yondu went live, when Super Scroll went live, when those buffs went live, people weren't really too thrilled with them. People didn't see any use for Rhino. And then 3 weeks ago, all of a sudden, Rhino is this insane defender at Battle Realm Brawl as a 7-star. Super Scroll and Yondu are seeing some new life happening as a 7-star with Regal Ravengers. So I'm interested to see what happens with Jane Foster when she's infused into the game as a 7-star. And if you're curious to see a little bit of that, in fact, speaking of Brawl, one of our competitors, Andrew the Rough, who came in 2nd place, wanted Jane Foster as a 7-star for his reward. So I shot it over to him. He's been cooking up a whole meal with 7-star Jane Foster, man. Those big crits on those heavy attacks, pretty insane stuff. So, all that being said, Jane Foster is not the only champion launching.
All right. Just move. Come on.
Launching on December 19th. That's the first time I'm saying that date, and that's just right there. Look at that. No bells or whistles with that. We got a lot of champions coming in Banquet for 2025, and a lot of them I am extremely excited about, and they're going to be sourced in different ways. So, as we know, these have all been released between the last live stream and this one. Absorbing Man and Kingpin will be present in the Realm event. Then we have the Founders Keeper box, very similar to the Banquet box from last year. As of right now, we know about Jane Foster, we know about Nimrod, we know about Valkyrie, and we know about Scorpion. Of course, we also know that Punisher is going to be that trophy champion. Just like last year, there will be a Realm event in Banquet 2025 featuring the two bald guys. Once we announced Absorbing Man, I saw a lot of people, you know, kind of speculating who the other ones are going to be. I saw a lot of people being like, they're definitely doing the ball thing. Like, I know them, they're doing the ball thing. And I got to tell you, you were 100% correct if you thought that. So, the Founders Keeper box. This is one that we don't have all the answers to just yet. Launching on December 19th, the Banquet box returns with 6 champions, 2 reworks, and 4 first-time 7-stars. Now, the last time I counted here, I see 1 rework and 3 first-time 7-stars. Now, you guys know me. I absolutely love champions. I love, building some of these champions up, releasing them into, by bit to kind of like keep the excitement going, get the conversations going, some speculation. I've loved seeing the theory crafting about who these champions are going to be.
I guess all of them right.
The conversation ended up exactly where I
if
thought
last
it
two
was
are
going
wrong,
to be, where we're now
I'm still
wondering,
good.
like, oh, is it going to be that super strong mutant champion who's been 6-star locked, or is it going to be that super strong cosmic who is 6-star locked? Who's the rework going to be? Who's the rework going to be? Am I going to tell you? Let's roll the clip, Finn.
Wolverine X-23 is back and finally getting the rework she deserves.
So I guess I
Her
got the wrong
critical
info.
hits inflict bleed passives, but against bleed immune non-tech champions, those become ruptures instead. Her special 2 grants a vicious passive, doubling the amount of bleeds on her crits and juicing them up even further. Now, she also builds frenzy by striking the opponent or dodging their specials. Building her frenzy is important, and it grants her increased critical rating. Punishing their specials or intercepting the opponent grants a pursuit passive, and striking the opponent with pursuit grants extra frenzy. And with over 100, performing a 4th light attack inflicts an eviscerating stun, consuming her frenzy and allowing her to rip her opponent to shreds with constant light attacks. X-23's got some other tricks up her sleeves. Stay tuned to find out what else she can do. Have you updated yet? Well, you should.
I like that.
X-23's buff is waiting for you in the December update.
That is cool. I like that.
X-23 is finally making her appearance to the game on the grandest stage of them all in the Banquet of 2025.
Their frenzy's
badass. Let me tell you guys something right now.
I don't like the
ending,
fact
the last
that this
15
is who they
seconds of that
choose.
video that I made, I gotta tell you, X-23 is one of the most fun champions I have played in a very, very long time. So let's talk a little bit about this kit rework done by Kabam Honeydew, who always puts so much love and care into all
Guys,
children.
behave.
She absolutely cooked
For
an
crying
entire
out
meal
loud,
with
I
Wolverine
fucking
X-23.
beg of you.
So critical hits.
Do not,
some passive
do
bleeds,
not
but
say
do
what you
not
normally
worry,
would.
because they will be ruptured.
Be normal.
Non-tech bleed.
Behave.
Probably don't fight robots with her, but that kind of makes sense, right? She's got pursuit on intercept
chill the
and
fuck out.
special punish.
A lot of the
to counter
things that
evade.
you are about
She's
to
going
say,
build
I
up
will
frenzy,
find funny,
and she
but I
cashes
do
in
not
for
want to
different
laugh
effects.
at them.
So, one thing that was
So
in the
don't
video,
say
if you
them.
knock the opponent down and then you idle, you can gain a regen passive. But the fun part is that you can use a light ending combo for an eviscerating stun for rapid, non-stop light attacks. There's also a marked
Raptors
passive
against
against skill
non-tech
champions when
bleed
you do
immune
that,
champions?
and
Oh,
when you do
that's cool.
special attacks when they have a certain amount of bleeds. So X-23 is coming to the Banquet box, and this rework is absolutely incredible. I think that
Marketing
Honeydew
and
did
skill?
a fantastic
That's nice.
job with
Nick
this,
Fury
and I
got it. I
cannot
like him.
wait for X-23 to enter the game. Of course, she will be buffed at the beginning of December if you want to play with your 6-star or your 5-star, but she will be in the Banquet box as a 7-star in the middle of the month. So obviously don't rank up the 6-star if you're planning on getting her from the Banquet box. Use your resources wisely, of course. But Wolverine X-23 is finally coming, and I think that she is just
It
so
looks
much
great,
fun.
though.
So,
It looks fucking great.
that's 2 reworks. That is 3 first-time champions. There's 1 left. All we have left is a cosmic. All we have left is a cosmic invasion. We'll call back there. Cosmic invasion. the green champion from space with wings.
Yeah, Hulkling.
Let's play it.
That shape-shifting Kree Skrull powerhouse returns in this year's Banquet box and is here to pierce through defenses throughout the contest. From his adaptive shapeshift buffs, broad immunities, and devastating unblockable furies, he's the cosmic champion techs avoid at all costs. Hulkling's back. The battle realm will feel his power. How will the King of Space impact the contest?
I just want to say, Vincent just looked at me and went, actually, a nihilist is from a different dimension, not from space. So that's okay, though. But Hulkling is coming to the Banquet box. Look at this. This is the Founders Keeper box launching on December 19th. We have Thor Jane Foster, Nimrod, Valkyrie, Scorpion, X-23, and Hulkling. So that's it, man. Hulkling is coming to the game as a 7-star. But
I really want that X-23.
How do we open the Banquet box? Do we have to like go to the store and get the box? Do we have to get a key for the box? Well, we'll talk about that. But first, we have to look at probably my favorite Marvel Contest of Champions art of all time. Let's get full screen on this, man. This is just absolutely incredible art. The art team does not miss. This is just beautiful. That's really all I have to say, man. I love it. I love it so much. So we're going to talk all about that. We're going to talk all about Banquet, but we have a little bit of a precursor to Banquet first because, hey, anniversary time is coming up. And in my eyes, you know, Banquet's always kind of like an anniversary event. We just had Giant Summoners Fest, which was kind of an anniversary event, but there is an official anniversary 11th year supply drop that you're not going to want to miss out on, launching on December 10th at calendar rollover time, so not, you know, day rollover time at 10 a.m. PST, so probably around 4 p.m. You're not going to want to miss it because it's a really, really great supply drop calendar. For Valiant players, for example, there's a full Tier 7 basic. There's some Gala crystals, which features the Banquet Box champions, Valiant crystals, which features the Banquet Box champions and also 2025 champions, and a Glorious Guardians selector as a 7-star to kind of just celebrate last year's Banquet Box, right? So if you missed out on Medusa or Deadpool, Sentry, Black Panther Civil War, Purgatory, or Sentinel, you can get your choice as one of those 6 champions as a 7-star. Now, it's time to talk about the Asgardian Gala, also known as the Banquet. So this is going to be beginning on December 19th. The 2025 Banquet season events has a lot going on. So there are 3 milestone events, as always. There's the solo event, there's the realm event, and there's an alliance event. There's also the holiday accolades that will be returning on December 17th. Those are always really fun. A little bit of fun with you know, your alliance. We got Clowniest Clown in the chat saying, "Hi Mike, I love you. Love you too, buddy." Anniversary calendar, December 10th through 17th. We have the holiday sale on December 23rd.
It's
holiday gift on December 24th.
You need to claim it from me.
And the New Year arenas, which I know everyone is the most excited for on this list, on December 31st through January 7th. Also, very important, we've got some updated Banquet crystals, okay? So our main design goals for Banquet 2025 were simply to improve the crystal opening experience and make ranked rewards just feel more meaningful across the board.
Ranked rewards fucking always,
So our biggest piece of feedback from last year was that the crystals felt bad to open. And as a player, as a top player in Marvel Contest of Champions, I cannot sit here and disagree with you. The crystal opening experience in Banquet specifically over the past few years hasn't been super fun. The solo milestones were great, the realm event milestones were great, the alliance milestones were okay, but opening the crystals wasn't the best experience. So we're going to try to fix that experience because
5 different items
are a lot of fun in Marvel Contest of Champions. We kind of want these to be fun too. So this is how we've tried to remedy it. This year, each superior Banquet crystal is now going to have 5 different items inside of it. It's going to have the main prize, right? It's going to have a drop of Tier 3 Alpha, Tier 6 Basic, or Tier 6 Glass Catalysts or Fragments. It's also going to have a small amount of 7-star or Titan Shards. It's also going to have Relic Alloy Fragments and Gold or ISO. So if you open one of these crystals, you're going to get all 5 of those things in each one. But at the end of the day, these crystals are still kind of like an RNG fiesta, right? I mean, that's kind of crystals in general. And we wanted to kind of create a more consistent crystal opening experience.
That's going to be the main prize.
So this year, we're going to be launching the Jubilant Crystal. This crystal contains the greatest items in Marvel Contest of Champions, and some of those include
the
Nexus
fuck?
Titan crystals, full Tier 7 basic catalysts, first appearance Founders Keeper 7-star crystals, that's the Banquet Box Champions. And some are probably going to call getting that crystal the jackpot of the Superior Banquet Crystal. Usually the jackpot has like a 0.3% chance, but this jackpot is 7.77%. But that's still a drop rate, right? So we kind of want that consistent crystal opening experience. So to achieve that consistency, those SBCs this year is going to be using the Grandmaster's Grace system. Every 15 SBCs will guarantee 1 Jubilant Crystal. And for those of you who are pushing high in the ranked rewards, that crystal is not going to grant any points to the event. So it's not like it's going to be whoever gets luckiest opening crystals. It's also going to have 1 drop. So it's going to have a big ticket item, and it's going to come from the SBCs. On top of that, we talked a bit about the milestone events, right? We have the solo events, we have the realm events, and we got the alliance event. Now, historically, these have been pretty good. Last year, these were solid for Banquet. The year before that, they were solid. But the crystals kind of dampen the experience, so we kind of want to fix that. One big piece of feedback with the solo event last year is, hey, why did it get more expensive? Why did the unit thresholds get higher, right? We heard that. So overall, the net unit cost for solo event this year has been decreased. We said we wanted to do that with, Regal Ravengers. We're going to be keeping that consistent into Banquet. So that being said, there are more Alliance event milestones. So technically, the Alliance event is higher than last year. However, the Alliance event wasn't super exciting this year. So we wanted to add a little bit more juice into the Alliance event, and the top milestone is still less than the solo unit event. Also, like last year, the realm event stretch goal milestones are going to increase automatically if the community points climb high enough. Now, there are a lot of different items in the solo event, in the realm event, in the alliance event, lots of great items, very rewarding this year. But I wanted to call out some key values here, some very key values. I'm going to just straight up say the number. 10,800 net unit cost total for 3 box keys, Banquet box keys, across all 3 events. Now, what does net unit cost mean? Ultimately, as always, there's going to be some free units in the event. There's going to be some free Superior Banquet crystals in the event. Net unit cost is assuming you spend that small amount of free units on Superior Banquet crystals. So ultimately, if you go in with 10,800, you get 3 keys. If you go in with 15,000 or so, you can get the Kingpin and Absorbing Man selector in the Realm event. These values are very, very similar to where the selectors were for Super Skull and Yondu on Regal Ravengers. You guys seem to like those values a lot, so I think we're landing in a super solid space for this. On top of that, we have the 2025 Holiday Sale. Now, this is the event every year. We haven't really marketed in the past, right? It's always been like, hey, is Kabam going to do that thing again? Are they going to do that event with the extra bonus units? We never really dropped that in advance. But, one thing I've been saying for a few months now is that I kind of want to just prepare you guys, get yourself, allow you to prepare where you want to invest your resources, whether that's real-life resources or in-game units and all that kind of stuff, right? So on December 23rd, there's going to be bonus items in all unit packs. There's also going to be plus 50% bonus units in all unit packs. These Odins on the web store track are going to feature, on the web store also in game, are going to feature Founders Keeper box keys for the Banquet box, and there will be a web store milestone track focused on Founders Keeper items. So these are Sig Stones and Rank Up Gems specifically for the 6 champions in the Banquet box. There's also going to be Kingpin and Absorbing Man selectors, multiple selectors in the web store milestone track as well. Now, I'm not going to throw out exact values here, but I will say if you liked where Yondu and Super Skrull were in the web store milestone track, for the first 2 selectors on this, you'll probably like where these 2 are as well. And what I really like about this, you guys know me, I'm the champion guy. I love it when everyone has champions. And basically, if you go in and you get that first milestone in the web store track on the web store, and you use those bonus units to get the Banquet crystals in game, you can kind of run away, including the Banquet keys, with all the champions featured in Banquet, which I think is pretty fun. The 8 champions, of course.
By the time Banquet is over, no.
If
you have nothing right now, you can't grant 15K
We also
units.
have substantial changes to this year's ranked rewards. Banquet ends on January 2nd.
It was less than 300.
We're going to be adding more ranked brackets and value to the top spots.
I think.
So
I don't know.
there was 2 major pieces of feedback from Banquet last year coming from different areas of the game. For our highly engaged Banquet users, a lot
Top
of them
600
did not
gets
love
4 to
that
5
there
rank
wasn't
up
really
Crystal.
any granularity in the ranked rewards. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 through 30. That's a pretty large gap. So this year we're going to be changing up how we do this, and we're going to be doing 1, 2, 3, 4 through 10, 11 through 20, 21 through 30, so on, right? So because we're doing this, because we're adding more value to the
rank fives
top
are always
ranked spots,
strong.
we're
We all
also going
knew
to be
this.
able to kind of spread the wealth a little bit lower down the track, a little bit lower down the ladder. So last year, the
can
first
grind
rank
well
4
more
in the
than
game
2K.
was awarded to only the top 90 players. This year, 600 players will be walking away with a 4 to 5 rank up gem crystal. We've also added some vanity-related rewards to top spots as well, and you can expect a full rewards breakdown the week of the Banquet event. And we also have a Banquet pre-mortem that's going to go over why we made these design decisions, how we're approaching this, how we heard the feedback from last year and adjusted it to the event this year. That way we could just make a better event for everybody and kind of just shape it in a way that people are going to feel good about. So
Probably.
listen, I think a big downfall that we had last year was partially on me, where we stood up here during the December live stream and kind of, for lack of a better word, hyped up the Banquet event a little bit too much, right? Not doing that this year. I'm just going to let you know this is what we're doing. This is how it's going to be. I'm going to let you make your own decisions on if you like it and if you don't. I'm going to tell you how we adjusted to last year's feedback, how we're adjusting the crystal
it looks
opening
good.
experience
It
to
looks
make it a
very good, I'm
smoother
not gonna lie.
experience from the player side, and how we're going to adjust
Is there a way to
some
get
of the
guaranteed
feedback
weight?
that
Yes.
we've heard.
Spend a couple
And
$100
that's really all there's going to be
in
to
the
it.
web milestone tracks and stuff.
So that is
Because the way
Banquet
box
this
works,
year.
because you get 3 keys
Look
in
at
itself, so it means
these
you can get 3 champions, and
coming
then
to the
every
game
additional
as
key
7
is going to
stars,
get you the
and
next one. So
again,
if you
the
get
art
6
team
keys, you
just
get all champs
simply
guaranteed.
does not miss. The art team does not miss. This one and the other one, I
The Banquet
absolutely
will be
love.
good for sure.
So that's the Banquet event this year. It is launching on December 19th. The anniversary of the calendar happened 7 days before
And get
it.
the second job?
As a little bit of
Already
a
did.
precursor, there is so much going on this year. Keep an eye out for the full breakdown the week of the event, probably targeting Tuesday or Wednesday. Keep in mind, but before it goes live, we don't want to just like drop it for the shock
Punch
value
it
when
was
it
cool.
goes on Friday.
you that.
But that's Banquet. And keep an eye out for that pre-mortem as well. And yeah, we also have some giveaway winners as well. Do we have those linked up? We do not have
For
those
Banquet
linked
dance?
up, and
Like
I have
8K?
to do a tap dance here and kind of extend this a little bit, but that's okay. But we're gonna have some giveaway winners. We're gonna have some 5 Titan crystals. We're all, oh look at this. We got
Possibly a bit
everyone in the
more,
house
like
here.
from
We got
additional
Kabam Vincent,
sources in the game
we got
where
Finn
they throw
on the
in some
rigs,
units
we
here
got
and there.
Kabam
There's going to be
Pinwheel,
like
and
special
Windshear's doing
arenas
here too.
on the New Year's where you can get some more units and stuff.
So many beards. I think
It's like
everybody
10K
here has
is
a beard,
feasible
actually. That's a lot
if you
of
grind
fun.
very hard.
But yeah, ultimately, we're now just kind of stalling a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. We got some giveaways going. But hey, guess what? We also got Twitch drops going. So if you're watching,
No,
you are
endgame,
making your way
yeah.
towards the Twitch
The
drops.
lack of endgame
But
content was
ultimately,
kind
hey,
of shocking me from
there's a lot of
Summer's
stuff
Fest
coming
as
in
well. I was
December.
convinced they're going
Imperios
to
is
announce
super
that.
fun, and she's going live on Tuesday, along with the X23 buff happening on Monday when the build goes live. And Banquet this year is looking very exciting, and I'm personally very excited from a player standpoint to get a lot
There's
of
going
those
to be like
champions.
New Year's arenas and some other things that
I
will
think
be
it's going to be a
happening.
really fun time. We have to have those giveaway winners by now, right? Okay, so I think we're good to go.
There will be
at
Christmas
this
gifts,
point.
yes.
For the Titan crystals, we have It's Leviosa, You Hate Losing, Dragon 7 Slayer, Marvel Comics 95, and I'm so sorry. I have no clue how to say this last one, but congratulations, you have won a Titan crystal, and we will be reaching out to you to get that. Also, for the champion choice between Imperiosa and Spider-Man, Pavita Parker, we also have
Hulkling Sig
first
is
person on the
not
list.
that.
We
It's
also have
still helpful
Ambush
because it extends fury
422.
duration.
We have friend MCOC. I want to be friends with that guy. We have Heath Oliver, and we have Galactus 6361. So yeah, congratulations to the winner. I love giving stuff away to you guys. And this is the Fight the Founders coming in December. So new champion, of course, 11-year anniversary calendar, Banquet event. Can we get full screen real quick, Finn, on this so just we could see the words down
I don't
there?
remember Hulkling's Prestige.
Yeah, so new champions, of course, Asgardian Gala coming on for the holiday sale and everything. One thing I forgot to mention, actually, with the Banquet event is that when it does go live, there is going to be that Banquet buffet bundle for the, the 10 Banquet crystals in-game. I believe it's 12 on the web store. That's going to be running on day 1 of Banquet. So if you're interested in that, keep an eye out for that. We also have one more thing here. One other thing here.
Drops are open to everybody now. They're open. Drops are open.
At this point, Twitch drops are open to everybody as of right now, which is fantastic. But we also do have one more thing as well, if we can get the slide deck up here. Look at that guy.
For the Twitch drops, you can watch
goodness
any
gracious,
MCOC
we
channel
have
now.
Jay, Jonah, Jameson coming to the contest next year, except
On Twitch.
we might be seeing him a little bit early as well, because we have Sam Reich, who's going to be giving a special guest voice appearance as J. Jonah Jameson, lending his voice on our upcoming motion comic. Keep your eyes and ears out for this iconic voice on Wednesday, December 10th. Anywhere you would find any media from Marvel Contest of Champions. It's going to be a very exciting motion comic for the anniversary. The team worked incredibly hard on this one, and I cannot wait for you guys to see it. It is absolutely incredible. One of my favorite motion comics that we have ever done. But that is really all there is to it. That is the stream. Thank you all so much for watching. I love
Hey, the Banquet looks good. There's no other way to put it.
One of my
X-23
favorite
looks
things to do in the
good.
entire
Hulkling is
world.
better than I
Wouldn't
thought
trade
it would be.
for the world.
X-23 Hulkling is
So
kind of
thank you
better
for
than I thought
watching.
it would be.
Make sure you have those Twitch drops linked
that
up. If you got in
Jubilant
late,
or whatever
go
crystal
hang out
is
around
kinda
the
nice.
Twitch community. Finish off those Twitch drops.
Sith
And keep
Supreme
an eye
top
out for some
600?
special
Are you
Twitch
going for top
drops
600,
launching
baby?
next
I'm
week
sure
on
you
the
are.
anniversary. And get ready for that trailer. All the events are coming in December. We're very excited for. It's going to be a really, really fun month. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the battle realm.
Well, that is it for now. So I'm gonna have to go and start working on the recap video in a few minutes. And I shall catch you guys other time. Bye-bye. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel.